Hey everyone, welcome back to Catching Up with the Walkers. Thanks for stopping by. Couldn't have been at a better time. Fresh out of jail.
Bom, bom, bom.
We are free! Freedom! How's it feel, Cassie?
My wrists are a little sore.
Have you been in jail 24 hours before? Like us in the last 24 hours?
Are you asking me or them?
I'm asking them.
Oh.
But have you before? That's my first.
First time. Hopefully the last.
I'm pretty sure as long as we keep doing this business, like where we put out 4 or 5 videos a week.
I didn't get very much sleep in jail.
We're probably going to be in jail again at some point.
Surely not.
So, if you don't know what we're talking about, that's okay. Cassie did not get put into the federal penitentiary. She didn't go to the big house. Going to the big pen don't mean Dallas. I can't believe what the judge had to tell us. I got the Jeep, she got the palace.
I think that's a divorce.
Okay, that's not it. That's not what happened. So, Cassie got a message on her Facebook when we got logged in the other night.
Our
Facebook. So I'm in jail too apparently because of this. And what did the message say, Cassie?
You have been blocked for 24 hours.
And
then later we found out why, but...
Not only blocked, but also demonetized, which means you can't earn any money off of any of the content you've created on Facebook. And
they were legit mad.
Yeah, they were mad at Cassie.
They still are.
And if you guess, or you would probably never guess, there's a lot of irony here.
Yeah, so we didn't know why. It did show a switch video, so then we're like, okay, on that video we gave the puppy a bath and...
Dawn dish soap.
Well, I didn't say it, you did. I'm not allowed to talk about Dawn dish soap again.
We're over that. We're on
So we were
new.
like, maybe people like legit reported us for using flea and tick shampoo. And then I was like, what else did we do? I took the dog to the vet. We found out about her foot. And then we were like, oh, I also roped Ransom.
Well, Cassie wanted to rope a goat, but I informed her, if you remember, it was too hot to be roping goats.
The thing is, this was 3 weeks ago. Yeah. And they just flagged us.
3 weeks ago. It was over 100 degrees. And Cassie was showing off her roping skills. And she was like, I'm really good. I was like, well, show us how good you are, Cassie. And she's like, Ransom, run and I'll get you. And guess what? She threw the rope. And if it ever got around his neck, she didn't even pull on it. She just left it there. But when it got around his arms, she pulled it tight. His belly.
Plus, he's laughing, having fun.
He wanted us to. After the first time...
Oh, I roped him like 5 times because he loved it.
Because he kept asking us to.
And he was acting like a goat, wasn't he?
Yes. He was acting like a goat. He said, I'm a goat, you can't catch me. And he would run and would... Anyway, so we were having a lot of fun.
I also, took it to the next level. And if you guys have ever watched calf ropers, they tie them and they throw their hands up. So I did that, but it was loose and he got up. So, but then the next morning, Gary's trying to figure out what's going on, looking through the app, if there's any explanation, because we had no explanation. It was just, you're banned. And then Gary saw that we violated their standards for child abuse.
Yeah, so Cassie has now been accused of child abuse. And the irony here, the big picture irony, is that we have spent the last 10 years being certified to serve children in our community that have been abused and removed from their home and put in our home for foster care. And now Facebook, of all people, of all organizations...
Thankfully, no one listens to Facebook. It's not like my job or anything's in jeopardy.
Is accusing us. It's not like we're still certified. We still are a foster home.
But I mean, luckily they don't listen to Facebook.
Yeah, but they're accusing us of child abuse. So if there's anything more ironic going on right now in your life, God bless you, because this is the most ironic thing that's happened to us. But guess what? We are the ones that choose to upload to Facebook. We make that choice. Nobody's forcing us to. We do that on our own.
With common sense.
With common sense, we...
Never once did I think what I was doing was wrong. I was playing with my son. He acted like a goat. We live on a farm. He's crazy about goat roping right now. And we had a bunch of fun. But Facebook.
Apparently too much.
Or fun suckers.
Apparently too much fun. But we're the ones that choose to upload to the platform. So whenever you do that, you have to abide by their rules. We didn't think that was a rule that was going to be out there, but now we know not to throw a rope.
Don't hog tie your kids, people.
Yeah, and that did we appeal the decision, like the monetization thing?
No.
There wasn't any
It said
option.
you couldn't really review it or dispute it or anything like that. I clicked something, but it wasn't like a dispute. And it said it could take up to 3 days, but it was just 24 days. But then it said that if it ever happens again, it's 3 days. And then after that, we're banned forever. So I don't know, like, if it's that specific violation or any violation. So now I'm like, be careful what you say, Cassie. Don't say dumb stuff. Because there was like no warning. There was no, please explain what happened here. It was just, boom, you're banned.
And that's the decision. Judge, jury, execution.
And I assume we're still being watched because we can't be monetized for 90 days.
Yeah, so now the other ironic part is we use funds from that kind of thing to help us take care of children that have been abused that come into our home. So it's all just crazy. But guess what? We're going to take it with a grain of salt, and we're going to keep posting our videos. We could make the choice to just quit doing Facebook. We could cut it off. I know a lot of you guys on YouTube wouldn't have a problem with that because you've told us.
But a lot of people on Facebook say, well, I don't watch YouTube. So.
Yeah, you told us that you don't watch it. So it's a whole different audience, but we try to share the similar type of stuff we do. We don't share Catching Up with the Walkers. We just do Walker Farm Fam on Facebook. Facebook isn't ready for Catching Up with the Walkers. You guys know that.
But a lot of people, because I kind of made a funny in Facebook and Instagram stories when I was able to get on Facebook again about it, and I was like, I got to remember to be careful what I say and do. And people are like, just be you. We love your humor. You're funny. Don't let them get at you. Just if you're in jail all the time, who cares? And I'm like, they will ban us for life.
Yeah.
And I won't be on here anymore. So, like Gary said, you got to play by their rules. I mean, it is what it is.
It is. And we've heard of other...
And I apparently need to read the whole rule book so that I know.
And we've heard of other people getting put in Facebook jail. Somebody said Cog Hill got put in Facebook jail for saying his female MU was...
more aggressive.
More aggressive. So, sorry, female MUs, if you get offended by that. But YouTube doesn't mind us saying things like that normally. So, I'm not worried about it on here. But we're not going to talk about any female MUs on Facebook. So, we're out of jail, and that's the good thing. But I really want to say one last thing about the root problem here. The very cause of this problem probably is because Facebook is monitored by a computer program, software. So software is sitting there watching things, it catches things, it reports it, and software and a computer is different from a human because a computer cannot reason. A computer cannot look at a mom and her son and see that both of them are joking, both of them are laughing, both of them are having fun. And even though somebody's getting tied up with a rope and roped, there's no harm, no abuse, no foul. It's just fun. And
I can't even comprehend that a computer can even recognize that I'm roping my son. Like, that's crazy to me that a computer can recognize that. Computers just blow my mind.
Well,
but lots of people have messaged and said someone had to turn you in, but we don't think so. They're constantly going through those videos and things. The sad part is women can be half naked. People can have inappropriate language, and they can do all sorts of things on there. People can scam people.
They could burn our American flag. Okay? And no problem.
So many things, that's fine. But having fun on the farm is a no-no.
Well, and again, it goes back to, and I did a little bit of research, over 90% of community reports or violations are computer generated. So again, it goes back to artificial intelligence. Facebook is trying to make more money by not having humans sit there and look at things. So they use artificial intelligence to replace a human being that artificial intelligence is a computer looking at videos, situations, words, keywords, rope, things like that come out. And
Do
that's
I look extra glowy tonight?
like an angel, like fresh out of
I just
prison.
feel like every now and then I'm like super bright.
I think that's what happens when you get out of jail.
Oh.
You're like beaming. It's amazing how bright you are.
If you see me like moving and looking at myself weird, like the camera keeps changing.
I don't know.
Sorry.
All right.
Squirrel.
Yeah, Cassie's full of squirrels.
Artificial intelligence.
No.
Smack.
X's and O's.
Hugs and kisses?
Ones and zeros.
Oh.
Okay? Ones and zeros. X's and O's is human. Ones and zeros is a computer. That's the analogy I'm giving you right now. Emotion. Humans know emotion. Not necessarily hugs and kisses, but laughing. They can take in other considerations into a situation. Body language. Gestures. Smiling.
The child is laughing.
Things that include not child abuse, as opposed to a computer that looks at a situation of somebody being roped and then tied up and says, "Oh, that's a child. That's a minor because he's 2.5 foot tall and not 5'5" like you."
Well, and I'm just glad I wasn't
geez.
real jail because I don't think I'd do well in real jail.
No, we are not made for prison, people. If anything ever happens, Cassie and I, we're going to be like Bonnie and Clyde. We're going to hit the road and we're going to Mexico. We're getting out of the country or
I
north.
don't think Mexico's a place to go anymore. It's kind of rough.
Okay, we're
down
going
there.
north of Canada. We're just going to. They don't even have a wall up there. We're just going to drive across the border, find us an old cow pasture, fence or something. We'll drive into the country. Okay.
Okay.
We're not going to prison, people. One day in Facebook jail was bad enough.
Oh, it was bad.
Actually, I didn't know any difference.
I kept trying to respond to y'all, and it was like, no, because you posted something inappropriate, you cannot respond to comments. So then I go to other people's pages and try to heart their pictures. No, because you posted something inappropriate, you cannot do that. I'm like, this is terrible. So then I went to our DMs, like our private messages, because I read and respond to every private message that I can because I love you guys, and that is a big thing to me. And I couldn't even respond to you guys.
Well,
it lets you send us messages, but I couldn't let me read them. But when I went to respond, nope, you violated our standards.
so basically, jail's not even as good as real jail because in real jail you can sit down and you have that little phone line that goes across the glass, and
They
you can
still have that?
Of course, you guys know if they still have that. They gotta still have it. It's like you're right. I
I
think.
think they probably text people now.
Don't break my analogy, but at least you have a lifeline, a communication.
Yeah.
You have that one.
There was no way for me to tell, well, not you guys, but Facebook people, there's no way to be like, hey, I'm in jail.
Is there like a get out of
There's
jail
no help.
free card like Monopoly or something?
Apparently not.
All right. Well, I know that other people have experienced, like,
Oh,
people message us and say, "Oh, don't worry about it. We've been in jail hundreds of times."
well, how? Because they told me I got no more chances.
Well, I know
That's the first time ever being in trouble.
I know what it was. Is a child abuse charge is so serious that I think they take it to another level.
Well, I'm glad they take it serious, but it should actually have happened.
Like,
What about innocent and proven guilty?
well, if you're saying that your president has a fat head or something, they don't care. Like, they'll put you in jail for 12 hours. But if you're abusing a child and it's legitimate, I get it. Like, they should.
Well, they should be banned forever if it's legit.
Yeah, if it's a legitimate charge, and maybe that's it. Maybe Facebook isn't being hard enough on us. If it's in their mind is a legitimate case they have
They should
against us,
actually call the police.
they should have called the police. They are letting them down. Like, they should let the district attorney settle this. So Facebook has failed us.
Yeah,
This
basically.
video has just taken a complete.
Hang on, screenshot. Okay.
This video we're behind bars in that picture,
Thumbnail.
hopefully. So this video has just made a complete turn. Facebook has not doing enough. If they really think that we did like child abuse and all they're going to do is block us for 24 hours and
demonetize us for 90 days.
and demonetize us for 90 days, how's that fixing anything? If we had children that were being abused, shouldn't they be calling like the local authorities?
I feel like as a school teacher, I have to report it, so Facebook should have to also.
Maybe we should file a lawsuit for not reporting accurately. Oh, we're going to get ourselves in big trouble. Okay. All right, let's move on. You ready to move on?
Yeah.
All right. On to Alaska. So
I drink all my coffee.
So
hey, I was using my Alaska mug too.
Change of subject. We are going somewhere new on vacation, as long as we don't wind up in jail. It is not Alaska, but we know that a lot of you subscribers live in a little state called South Carolina. And if you guys remember on our last road trip, we did not get to make it to South Carolina.
We were supposed to.
We were planning to, but our roads got long and weary. We were long and weary travelers. And so we ended up going like a little different route to get to the ocean sooner because the kids were really excited about the ocean. Well, guess what? We're going back to the ocean. Cassie's still tired. We are going to Charleston. I was thinking Charleston's restaurant. We're going to Charleston, South Carolina. So that's going to be our fall break trip this year. We are going to Charleston, flying in and flying home. So we won't be driving. Cassie said no more driving on fall break because the time is just too short.
Yeah, when we have several days, it's not that big a deal. But when we only have so many days, it's just way too rushed.
Well, we don't have, I think we have like 5 days total. So we'll be flying in, staying for 3 days, flying out. So we need your help. If there is something that we need to see as a family in Charleston, I know that there is a historic, like army base, but some kind of
naval or something.
Yeah, some historic armed forces, like way back base that I think we're going to visit. I know that downtown there is Rainbow Row. We were looking online at somebody's
churches,
and there was a bunch of old churches. So I think we'll spend at least a day kind of taking in the history of the downtown, at least a day on the beach. Yeah,
so we have our plane tickets, but we don't know where we're staying yet. So if any of you guys know some really cool houses or Airbnbs or a place on the beach.
Or a recommendation of a hotel or an area of a hotel. I know Isle of Palms was one area that I looked at that kind of looked friendly.
I don't want to stay where it's shady. Like, and not by the trees.
Well, I like coconut trees. I'd like to stay in the coconut trees.
I mean, where I don't have to be pistol packing.
Well, you're not gonna do that because you got to go. You got to go through.
Oh, dang it! We got to fly.
You got to go through TSA. So you will end up in jail.
I would. So we need a safe area. We like Airbnbs and houses and stuff like that, but we don't mind a hotel.
They're also expensive.
Yeah. We just want a good experience for the kids and for them to have fun. If it's close to all the things, then that's awesome. But if it's private and quiet, that's cool too. We can drive to all the things.
So leave those recommendations down in the comments. We'll catch up with you guys again about this later on after we get some of your recommendations. Switching gears again from vacation to what's coming up at the end of this month. We got to keep things in order here. We are going to be going to the Creators Conference in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, in Tulsa Metro. Is it the 26th and 27th?
Yep.
Friday night, Saturday kind of deal. And it is being put on by our friends Keeping It Dutch, Arms Family Homestead. And there's going to be lots of other people in attendance.
Yes. If you are a creator, this is not like a meet and greet thing for the viewers necessarily. If you are a creator on any social media platform, or you want to start creating and you want to learn from the best of the best, this is where you need to be. Keeping It Dutch, Arms Family Homestead, Cog Hill, Lester and Jamie from I'm a Survivor. And then there's some other platforms and different things that's going to be there as well. So just when you think you know all you can about social media, there's always more to learn. And we're excited to be able to learn from some people that we've never got to talk to. And also networking with other creators, getting to know them. We have some friends that are coming that we've never met in real life. So Bar 7 Ranch will be there from Texas. They are TikTok famous.
Oh.
Yeah,
I want to see some dances. All right.
Yeah,
that's what I'm.
I haven't even tried TikTok because got enough things going on. I'd probably end up in jail over there too. But
is TikTok jail a thing?
I don't know.
Maybe that should be on our bucket list to try to get in every social media jail possible.
Yeah. So we're excited to network, meet new people, people who are like we've known them our whole life, but we never met in real life. So it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the food.
I was about to say, all you can eat is what I hear.
And I'm really looking forward to learning. So I'll have my notebook, my ink pen, be taking notes. We have been on this YouTube journey for 2 years and 8 months. So
sorry,
that was a big yawn. Like wide open.
Trying to hold it in, and it was like.
If you want to see if Cassie has any cavities,
screenshot that one.
She gave you a chance right there. 2 years and 8 months we have been on this YouTube journey, and
feels like an eternity.
So but it's a stair step. Like you're going in hopefully in the right direction. I mean, our subscribers are growing, our channel's growing. We've done different things. If you go back and look at our very first video,
it is BAD.
It's vastly different than it is today. But guess what? Everybody's on a journey. You have to crawl before you walk. You have to walk before you run. And we are where we're at now because of the steps we've taken to get here. And we're not finished yet. They might put us in jail, but we got 10 long years to go. So at least maybe 20 years, 30 years, who knows?
Well, they're going to be tired of us by then.
Well, either way, the fact is, no matter where you're at on your journey, if you're a creator, this is something to invest in yourself, and that's why we're excited to go.
In 20 years, it's not going to be catching up with the walkers. It's going to be sitting around with the walkers.
No, it's going to be catching up with Gary
pushing our walkers
on his walker. And there's nothing wrong with the walker.
No, we shouldn't have said that.
Well, I'm a walker, by the way.
Oh.
But when you need one, it helps, and helps immensely. So, we probably said enough. I don't want to get in YouTube
I need
jail.
more coffee.
But we do want to spend a little bit of time on planning and praying. As far as planning goes, we have been...
we already talked about that.
Well, I was going to say one more thing.
Oh. We've been talking about that for 10 minutes.
I've got one more thing.
Okay.
On one of our next videos, I was going to say that I proved somebody wrong. Somebody called me a cheapskate. And I don't know if she's sitting within 3 inches from me or not. Oh, wait, she is. Oh, hi there. You called me a cheapskate, didn't you? You remember that?
Plead the fifth.
And guess what? I proved her wrong. I went and got a brand new...
car!
No,
oh.
That's way too expensive. A brand new grain bin for our cattle operation. So in one of our next videos, and if you've already watched another video, our buddy Chad Adler Farms, I think he's shown that on there for a minute, but I went up and picked up our brand new mobile grain bin. So I'm excited about that. It's a nice addition to our farm. We'll be able to buy grain in bulk and feed our animals a little bit cheaper, more economically, which is going to be a big thing because hay's not very plentiful right now, and we may be having to feed more grain this winter. So that's one thing. But as far as praying goes, we have a couple of prayer requests. One of them is a friend of ours that we've only met a couple times. His name is Josh, and he's from Bodark Kiko Goats. So he has a channel called Bodark Kiko Goats, and he is a great goatman. Is that a goatman?
I mean,
a cattleman. A cattleman is a cattleman. He's a great goatman. He is very knowledgeable about Kiko goats and goats in general, raising them, how to care for them, all of the above.
He does a great job sharing that on his YouTube channel in a way that people can understand, and just a wealth of knowledge. But he had emergency surgery a few days ago. He had a mass, and just be praying for him and his family. It's a huge change when you have to have surgery and you're down and you got a farm and kids and all the things. But be praying for them. Pray for quick healing and for the doctors to have wisdom. And if you guys would go over to Bodark Kiko and subscribe and watch their videos, I'm sure that they would truly appreciate that. But most importantly, they'd appreciate your prayers.
Yeah, and if you just watch one of their videos, you know that Josh is a genuine, down-to-earth, farmer, a guy that's a hard worker for his family, and we just really hate to see him down. But he's not out. He's gonna recover. We're gonna send up some prayers for him. Also, our friend Brandon Eddy, his undersheriff. And what's going on?
Yeah, he got diagnosed with ALS not too long ago, and he has went downhill very quickly and rapidly. And Brendan's been pretty upset about that because one, he's a friend and a coworker, and but they're going to be having a fish fry coming up in the area for him. But there's also a link that Brandon has been sharing, and it's not a GoFundMe, but it's a thing that they do for officers. It's their own website for fallen officers or sick or ill officers. But you can go in there and you can donate. He has twin children, a boy and a girl. And so Brandon and his fellow partners are trying to do all that they can to help provide for the kids so that when he does pass, because, you know, it's sad to say, but there's no cure for ALS, and it's Brandon says it's just happening very quickly. But they want the kids to have their needs met and everything they need so that he doesn't have to worry about them. So
most of all, if you would though, remember him in your prayers.
Yes.
And is there a link or something on Brandon's
page? Brandon's Life of a Deputy page, you can find it on there for sure.
So thank you guys so much for praying for those. If you have prayer requests, just leave them down in the comments, and others can read over those, and we will pray over those as well. We hope that you have a great day. God bless, and we'll see you next time.
Love you guys.